Welcome back, guys. It's another day with another gameplay. Thanks for joining, and let's crack on with part 2 of Death Stranding 2. So, I think we've just literally started episode 1. And I had trouble, I remember, from part 1, if you remember, trying to find or set my way on the map. So I think I've got to go to this lab at C1, I think it was. Tap L1 for cargo scanner. Again, I don't know what this actually does, to be honest. It's just pressing it for the sake of it. I'm sure it'll come into use later on in the game. So let's just see. Okay, I see something here. Assault rifle. Oh, I could do with a bit of a rifle. Carry on back, and that's increased my weight, but we've got plenty of weight, so let's be fine. I hope it's not going to be one of those games where everything I see I'm intrigued by and inclined to pick it up. I mean, I can see on the screen there's quite a lot of things in blue, which means that these are items that I could potentially pick up. Oops. Oh, okay, so I think actually that was one of the checkpoints that I put on the map. Interesting, quite handy. It's quite a big open world game as well. Square to climb, and I do find it quite interesting when you've got quite a large landscape to cover, but there's nothing much around. I mean, have a look. It's quite deserted. I mean, quite peaceful at the same time. But I suppose if you're in a dystopian world, then it could probably become quite lonely very quickly and depressing at the same time. Anyways, I'm hoping this isn't going to take me a long time, especially with all that weight to carry. He's got to have some serious stamina. No? I know we've got a stamina bar there, but surely it must come into hand at some point. And I think that was something that I noticed on the Metal Gear series, where you can literally run for hours and hours and hours without getting tired. So I do hope that they've tried to make it as realistic as possible. Of course, understand that it's only a game. So we're approaching a bridge, and I'm sure when I had a look at the map, it gives a thumbs up at the same time. Anyways, when I had a look at the map, I think this is where some of the armed hostiles are based. So I'm going to try and make my way around and then through the bridge and over to C1. But I suppose if I get any indication that someone's trying to shoot at me, then rest be assured I'll be shooting back. So it looks like we've got a couple of enemies. So use L1 to enter compass mode. Any detected in compass mode will be marked. Yeah, to detect liver cargo safely, you'll need to remain undetected by keeping aware of enemy positions. Right, so hold L1 and then let's mark these guys. Oh, it's quite similar to Metal Gear Solid 5, to be honest, where you could literally zoom in But you've got to, it is quite annoying because you have to keep a hold of R3, which can sometimes become unclicked accidentally. See, like that. And it lets me scan them as well, I suppose, at the same time. So... Oh, okay. Fair enough. I've just realised that you only need to click it once. Silly me. We're getting there. I think there's only two of them. Yeah, two right. Let's go then. So I can go left or right, but let me see. I think based on my... Oh, come on. Who's calling me? That was a bit random. Crouching makes it harder for enemies to detect you, so... Is he holding his breath? Sick guy. Interesting. I wonder what happens if I... I'm not going to risk it, to be honest. So... Let's do this. So I'm going to try and go around... Unhelpfully, I put my marker across the cliff, which means I've got to go around. Not that I have to follow the path, but given that I've set the way anyway, I might as well follow it. Oops. I'm not sure if you lose any health if you stumble, but for some reason, whenever I do stumble, the health bar just pops up. Okay, so I think... So crouching in tall grass, if you're spotted, try heading back to the grass. Okay. Yeah, so it's very similar to the mechanics of Metal Gear Solid 5, where you kind of use obstacles, and I remember in Metal Gear Solid 5 you could use vehicles to hide from the enemy. So I think that's... Oops. Okay, so they've spotted me. I've got no clue where I'm going, so I'm just gonna backtrack and see if I can hide away and
definitely not alone.
Lose sight of them. Oh, okay, so they're following me. I mean, logic tells me that I need to get even further away, but part of me thinks whether I should just stay. Thing is, I'm starting to move to the edge of the boundary then. I think this is the boundary. Oh, maybe not. I think it's just the way that I set. Okay. Let's have a look at the map. So it seems that I'm in quite high territory and I've got to actually get to lower ground, but the only way I can get to lower ground is by entering the enemy's line of sight. Okay. So I've just realised that because I've been pressing the touchpad button, it's... Oh crap, it's calling them out. Is there a way for me to sneak up at him? He's only there. There must be a way to sneak up, no? Let me try. But the thing is, I'm stuck out like a sore thumb. Anyone in the right with the right frame of mind, could actually see me from a long way away. Oops. With a strand equipped, press circle when behind an enemy to bind them. Hold R1 to hold your breath and render sounds footsteps completely silent. If you're able to sneak up behind enemy, you can use your strand to bind them. Oh, okay. So. Oh, sick! Wow, so I think this is where the stealth comes into play. Hold L2 and R2. The heavier Sam's cargo becomes easier. It will be for him to lose his balance. If you start to tilt to one side, be sure to center your balance by shifting your weight to the other. Okay. So it seems like quite similar to Metal Gear Solid 5, where you need to kind of use a bit of stealth to get your way through, especially trying to creep up behind the enemy. But actually, I forgot, did I pick up any items? Ah, forget it, let's just crack on. I know there's another enemy there. Let me just have a look at my binoculars. So let's use a bit of stealth. As I said before, it's giving me some serious Metal Gear Solid vibes, which I don't mind, to be honest. I mean, it was designed and created by Kojima, so it only makes sense. And to be honest, I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid game series anyway. So, okay, so how do I hold my breath? Oh, okay, yeah, this way. So hold R1, creep up behind, and bind them. Wicked. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. So, carry on back. And then I'm just going to go to settings because I know that you can do a bit of cargo management and do a bit of auto arrange. So if I hold triangle, it lets me automatically set it. Right, let's get back to it. So you only noticed 2 enemies, I think. I don't think there were any more. Okay, so I can see some form of terminal here. Let's see what it says to say. Hack. You'll find you'll pause boxes, enemy bases, hacking to unlock them and take any cargoes. Okay, let's do that then. You cannot rest a save game when in a dangerous situation. Are there any enemies still about? Oh. It seems like it's one of those similar things to Takedown in Metal Gear Solid. Sorry, I know I'm comparing this to Metal Gear quite a lot, but to be honest, it's the same guy that created it. So I do find it quite interesting and amusing that there's a lot of similarities between both games. Okay, I don't know what I've done. All I've done is just auto sort. I don't know, have I taken everything out of there? Oh, okay, so all these items are in the mule post box. So let's just take them all out, to be honest. Yeah, place in backpack. Place this one as well. Let's just take them all. Done. I should have been a bit wiser and done auto sort at the same time, but we can do that now. Right, so I've got some serious weight on me now. That's 70 odd kilos. That's quite a lot. And then we've got an assault rifle here as well. Some heavy duty stuff here, mate. Right, okay, so back to the map. And straight ahead. That's fine. I'm not entirely sure whether I'm supposed to explore this environment. I mean... Oh, that didn't sound healthy. Have I been spotted? Oh! He's coming running, so... I'm assuming he spotted me. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. How did he spot me though? Usually, doesn't it give you a warning like it did previously? Okay, so let's follow behind, go into crouch mode, and let's do a takedown. Done and dusted. How did he spot me from quite far away? So as I was saying before, I'm not entirely sure whether I'm supposed to explore this area. I mean, it does seem a bit of a waste if I was supposed to, but yeah, let's just crack on. Restore stamina, hold right to open the weapons tube and press X to use the canteen. It's harder to carry heavy load than keep your balance when your stamina is low, so be sure to make regular use of the canteen to replenish it. You can also restore stamina by holding X to take a rest. To be honest, I'm a big fan of not using items when there's no need to, so let's just rest. So I think I've got my full stamina and crack on. But my gosh, he is struggling. This guy is struggling. I don't think that position is really healthy, to be honest. He's going to do his backing. But then again, he is a game character anyway, so cargo weight will take more of a toll. So let's just use a bit of stamina to rest up again. Okay, so he's actually sat down. Okay, so endurance has gone up, so which is always a welcome news. Stats will increase whenever you reach milestones such as carrying cargo over a certain distance or eliminating a certain number of enemies. And his abilities will also improve. His stats increase. Okay. I can actually sleep. Let's see what that means. I mean, sleeping in the middle of nowhere, guys, isn't usually advisable. But given this is a Kojima game, I'm sure it's all good and well.
Sunset will be occurring shortly.
I presume if there were any enemies nearby, then he would have woken up, I think. So let's stand up. I'll massage my shoulders as well. I'll do that next time, guys. It's a bit of a massaging system going on here as well. Whatever someone under the pod takes, you'll recover more quickly if you rest near a cane. So I can see at the bottom left, stamina is going down quite quickly, to be honest, and it's on the middle. Oh, sorry, the bottom left is the shoes, I think. I think, yeah, and the stamina is in the middle. So I need to shift my weight to the right to keep my center balance. I don't know, this sounds a bit eerie, to be honest. I think there's something coming up. It just feels a bit
Now leaving chiral network.
weird. Let's roll to speed you up. Moving around during speed will also drain his stamina.
Storm's coming through.
Right, I've again got no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I think the wind, I'm going against the wind. So let me have a look at the map again. See what's actually going on. Right. Some serious things wrong with it. To be honest, I think it would have been easy if it was just the daytime. I regret having slept now, to be honest. Nah, I've got to quickly get going, and the last thing I want on top of all this is to be hit by some form of lightning bolt strike. Especially if I'm stuck out like a sore thumb with a walking conductor. I think we're getting there. Part of me thinks just sleep and just wake up in the morning, so let's do that. I am a bit of a sitting duck, to be honest, but yeah, let me just sleep it off. Hopefully the wind will pass and then I can crack on again. And there's nothing wrong with a bit of sleep at the same time. Sun has risen. Okay, so it's calmed down a bit, which is, oh, not a bit, actually quite a lot, to be fair. So a wise decision, I think, from our part. Let me massage just shoulders as well. Let's see what that means. He needs a bit of a shower as well, to be honest. Is it me or some of these items that he's carrying actually a bit damaged? Not surprised, to be fair, given the strong winds. But anyhow, do I need to be having a look to see if there's any enemies about, or? To be honest, every time this guy stumbles, it really stumbles my confidence as well. But I'm wondering, to be honest, if I get spotted by an enemy, I'm not going to have a chance to outpace them. Yeah, too right. It is only going to get harder. Right, so we've reached the next checkpoint and it's on auto mode. I'm not even moving. Oh, okay. It's because he lost his balance. I thought there was a bit of a cutscene. That's why he started to move on his own accord. Right, okay. Let's do this. Let's have a look at the map again. So through this gate, straight ahead. We're nearly there, I think. I think we were doing quite well, to be honest. I mean, it is quite annoying that I'm stumbling every 2 minutes, and I don't know if this is how the game is supposed to be played. And he's very, very slow, to be honest. I don't think I could handle this throughout the whole game, walking at this speed. I suppose now I understand the reason why you probably need to be a bit clever with the amount of baggage that you're carrying. less means more speed, right? I think. Again, I'm just looking around and I'm thinking, do I need to explore something? Do I, some of those games where there's a big open world map, and if you do some exploration, you get rewarded by coming across some rare items. But I don't know, just something just doesn't sit right with me. Anyways, I think there's some chiral crystals. Every 1000 chiral crystals will reduce his load by 1 kg. Okay, so anyways, let me have some of this. Replenish myself. So shift my way. I've not played Death Stranding 1, but it does make me wonder that actually is this what a lot of the game mechanics in Death Stranding 1 was about, which is just kind of managing your way and making deliveries. I hope this does get better the more I play this game. But anyways, I think this is the next checkpoint that I've reached from when I marked it on the map. Not far now. I think that is it. The C1 lab, is it? So there's a ladder that I can see there. Nothing wrong with carrying another ladder now. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's the way.
Okay, I am seriously struggling now. I wonder, is there a way to... is there a way to drop all your weight and just come back to it later? Hopefully, I think because given that I've got a lot of weight, I should be able to have a lot more force against the water, no? Or the river. Okay, so if I stand in the middle of the river, then my endurance gauge will replenish. Okay, we're nearly there now. It's just the final stretch.
Time to shine, Sam.
But this is a game, and I am expecting something to happen straight away. The moment I get nearer to that building. I'd be surprised if nothing actually happened, to be honest, and we just moved to a cutscene. But we've reached our next checkpoint, and we've got to C1.
Good morning to you. ID confirmed.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
I take back my words. It seems like nothing was gonna happen. I was just worrying for no reason, guys. So am I supposed to... Yeah, I think I was supposed to go through here. Oh, for God's sake. I'm just thinking it probably might be a bit easier if I am stumbling. It's probably faster in traveling, so let's use it to our advantage. But yeah, let's activate this terminal. Deliver and report. I assume this is where I drop off the cargo. Yep.
You must be Sam. It can't have been easy to come this far south. You're here to bring us onto the chiral network, right? Ah, that's a relief. We'll be able to dispose of corpses properly once you've got us online. That'll be one less thing for our residents to worry about. Anyway, I believe you have some cargo for me, yes? I realize it could not have been easy to come all this way, but you would never know it by looking at this stuff. Thank you.
Total likes. So, seems like a bit of a rating system, and I'd like to think that I've done pretty well. So, average contents damage target 5% or less. So, I assume when I stumble and if I was to fall, that's where some of the items take a bit of a damage, which I think amplifies the likes that I get. But interesting way
That's lost. Thanks for bringing it in.
to rate how I've done. Okay, so total likes.
It's just like everyone says. You're a man that people can rely on. Okay, use your Cupid to bring us online. The Cairo gateway you brought us should allow us to establish a connection between Mexico and the UCA. And with state-of-the-art tech at our disposal, we can finally solve a lot of our problems.
Sick. There we have it, guys. Our first trophy. New strand established.
Cairo network coverage successfully expanded. Commencing data collection. Now displaying your current porter grade.
Wow. Does that mean I've leveled up to level 13?
Porter grade increased. Congratulations.
This will contribute to your overall porter grade, circulated by APAS. This provides a snapshot of your experiences. Okay. No idea what that means, guys. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Cairo network connection confirmed. And now we can begin fabricating the latest corpse disposal equipment. Until recently, we've been dealing with our dead by burying them in tar, but that solution was growing untenable. We should be okay moving forward. I really can't thank you enough. You must be exhausted after your long journey. We've prepared a private room for your exclusive use. There are countless dangers in these parts. You should rest until you're fully recovered. Don't push on until you're ready. Please, stay here before you set out again.
How are things in the region?
Well, our corpse disposal problem is no longer an issue thanks to you. But there's nothing we can do to get rid of the BT area we created. Fear of BTs and damage from timefall and chiralium exposure will continue to be a concern. And let's not forget about the bandits willing to attack travelers and facilities. But so long as we remain connected to the network, we'll have access to new tools and technologies to help combat these threats. You brought us more than a connection to the outside. You brought us hope. As I mentioned before, we've been taking them to a nearby tar pit and dropping them in. Unfortunately, we took it too far. And it wasn't long before the whole pit turned into a BT area. In trying to prevent the emergence of BTs, we ended up facilitating their creation. And with the constant timefall in the vicinity, gyro contamination has only grown worse. All these problems have contributed to an increased suicide rate, which in turn has resulted in even more bodies that we've had no way to dispose of properly. But thanks to the chiral network, we can now fabricate the corpse disposal facilities that we lack. Everything's going to be all right. Thank you again for everything. I'll get started right away on preparing your next order for you. By the time you wake up, it should be good to go. You'll just need to access the delivery terminal here. I hope I can count on you.
You hear that, guys? Private room to myself. I hope they've got breakfast.
Welcome, Sam. Please relax and enjoy your stay.
Look at the dust on that backpack. He needs a bit of a shower first, to be honest, before he goes to sleep. Use the toilet and shower. So, let's do it. So cool. So, toilet done, shower done. So let's see if there's anything else that I can do. Can I go into my menu? Yep. Social strong service. Okay, so this is just any messages that I've received, I think. Oh, some decent messages. Am I here? Okay. Stats. Okay, so I think at the end of each chapter, I assume this is where my levels increase for the various things. So that's terrain traversal, carrying capacity, endurance, KO resistance, lung capacity, strand skills, melee combat, handguns, and assault rifles. And I think there's a few other things that I need to unlock. I'm sure that'll become a bit more useful later on. Corpus, I think this is some form of diary, is it? I think, or keeping track of the story. We'll skip that for now and save and load. I think that's really it, to be honest, for now. I think we can get some well-deserved shut-eye. So let's go to sleep.
Are you alright? If you're worried about Lou, don't be. I'll admit, this stuff is pretty new to me, but the app has been a big help. Figuring out why a baby's crying, getting the milk just warm enough. It's had the perfect advice for every situation.
Hi.
So, how does it feel to be back in the saddle?
Work is the same as it ever was. It's the first time I've been away from Lou.
We're fine. Trust me. Just focus on the road, okay?
Yeah.
Blood volume and stamina at optimal levels. No irregularities detected.
Well, that was okay for her to say. She's there chilling at home and making herself appear through a hologram. But that was one weird dream, I must admit. So let's test some weapons, given that I've got no clue how to use them. Start trading. So that's two programs, Portal Fundamentals program and Weapons Combat Trading program. So we'll click on that first and learn a bit of action. A bit of Charles Xavier style animation going on there. Right, make your way to the objective without being discovered. I'm sure we can do that. We've got a bit of experience now. A bit of crouching, holding breath, and doing a bit of takedown. So press R3 while in compass mode to zoom in enemy patrols. We're keeping an eye on this round to find gaps in their defense. Press R1 to crouch and suppress the sound of your footsteps in order to make it. Yeah, we already know that stuff. Oops. Yellow glove to investigate. Oh. Well, that was short-lived. Let's do it again. Yeah, similar to Metal Gear Solid simulation mode, basically. So there must be a way for... Right, so I don't want to climb this, otherwise I'll be detected. Well, surely not yet, but let me get around over here. I can always use the camera to my advantage to have a look around. So hopefully he's gonna come over. If not,
Right here.
there we are. Come on, come on. Now I've got no clue which way he's gonna come over. But oh Oh, I got it. So, oh, did it just in the nick of time, and I got a desk for it, believe it or not. So, let's move on to the next one. Cover action 2. We'll just do this one and then we'll kind of move on to the actual story. I'm just conscious I don't want to be spending all the time here doing all this simulation. In areas dense with enemies, proper surveillance is essential. Enemies have various statuses. No, they have not noticed enemies nearby. They have noticed something out of place. They have found someone attacking. Every enemy status is indicated by the color of the order deck. Okay. So I think I've got to go all the way around. Right, so okay, cycle through, just equip it. How do I? That was very short-lived. I think I'm just going to exit the VR training and just move on. I'm sure the game will teach me how to do these things anyway. So let's get going back to. I forget examining the weapons rack. Right, let's crack on. Back to the private room. And then on with the story, hopefully. So I've done the shower. Use the sink. What does that do? I mean, I've had a shower, so I don't really need to wash the face, but given that he was sleeping, may as well. Looking good. Right, back. And then go to surface. Take on a main order at the C1 terminal.
Departing facility. New order available. Please review and confirm.
Right. So activate terminal.
Good morning, Sam. Did you have a good rest? We're already making progress in addressing the corpse disposal situation here. Once again, I've got to thank you for that. If you access the delivery terminal, you'll find that you can fabricate equipment for yourself now too. We have some materials on hand here that you can use to make supplies for your journey. Take as much as you need. Now, we don't have all the same schematics in Mexico that you have access to in the UCA. But as you link up more facilities to increase chiral network bandwidth and improve your connection level with the locals, we should be able to share all kinds of new data with you, expanding your fabrication options further. I heard that you're planning to extend chiral network coverage to the south, down as far as that research facility. So go ahead and pick up the order I posted for you. I'll explain the finer details of the mission while you look at the map provided by ABAS.
So it looks like I can take on some more orders. Deliver one or more remote medical units to Villa Libre. Let's just do it.
Destination is Villa Libre. The people there don't have enough medical equipment to meet their needs. If you bring them this delivery, you'll be sure to earn their trust. And once you've done that, you'll have an easier time convincing them to become part of the chiral network. Timefall is coming down hard in this area. Cargo containers that are exposed to timefall will begin to degrade. If you carry container repair spray with you, you can use it to mitigate these effects before it becomes a problem. Keep an eye out for the rivers and bandit camps in the area too. Hazards like these can make your life much harder. On your way to Villa Libre, you might pass a post box we built. We left behind some spare equipment in its shared locker. If you see it, take a look inside. Everything is yours to use as you deem fit. There should be materials in there too, enough to fabricate something if you like. Also, if you have any extra equipment, you can use the box to donate it to other people. With a moment's generosity, you can make another porter's day. Finally, each postbox has a private locker which can be used to store equipment for later use, and a recycle feature that will turn any unneeded items into materials. So what do you think? Have enough information to plan your journey to Villa Libre? Take your time to finalize your route.
So I need to plan my route again. So
Commencing route creation.
am I gonna have the same problem as I did last time? Let's do this again.
Delivery route finalized.
So if let me just remove all markers. So I'm going to place a marker over here.
Commencing route creation.
Actually, no, let me. So I need to click it once, and then do I draw route?
Route creation. Delivery route.
Oh, great! This is just going to wind me up again. I suppose this should have been made a bit more clearer. To be honest, it is quite annoying. Either that, or I'm being very, very naive here. So I just need to. Okay, so if I place it here.
Commencing route creation.
Oh, okay, so I think I'm getting the hang of it now. Right. And then I need to place one. Okay, let me undo, remove all the markers. So I need to place a, and then place a marker, and then place a marker over here, and then place it there. So I can start drawing the route now. And then connect them all together. And then I can end the route here.
Delivery route finalized.
Done, I think. Place another marker.
Commencing route creation.
And then end it here.
Delivery route finalized.
Done.
This order calls for some pretty hefty cargo to be sure. But don't forget to take into account all the other extras you'll need to carry to get the job done. Every piece of equipment you take also adds to your overall weight. So think carefully about your loadout. Try to pick critical items that won't weigh you down and wear you out when combined with your cargo. Run out of stamina halfway through a delivery, and you're in for a world of hurt.
Right, so I've got 2 medical units. And I need to deliver both of them, so let's add them both. Place in the backpack.
Necessary preparations for your delivery. When everything is in order, head out.
To use when we prepare the equipment you need to. Okay, so fabricate. Let's have a look at what actual fabrication does. We use recycle unwanted equipment or store materials to increase the facility stock. So less. How many blood bags do I want? Let's do 5. 5's a good number, I think. Container respray, yep, I need a couple. But let's do, oops. Wow, these things are heavy, so let's do 3. I've got 2 ladders already. Transportables, yeah, maybe not. Otherwise I'm way overweight. Cargo management, let's auto arrange. So I'm carrying everything that I need to, I think. So I know I created 5 blood bags, is it? I think it was. But how do I add those blood bags in? So I'm going to create another one. So I've created it there. Okay, I've got a... Okay, now it makes sense. So I've got to choose what I want to fabricate and then actually fabricate it, I think. Place in backpack. So let's actually continue. So I need a couple of... I need 2 more of those. And let's just fabricate that. That should be enough. And let's bring them all in. And then cargo management, auto arrange. And let me just make sure, but what I needed. I think that should be okay now. Backpack customization. Am I really bothered about the look? Okay, custom attachments. So let's see what I've got. Patches. Forget that. I haven't got time for that. I've got deliveries to make, people to meet. Okay, so about. Let's accept that mission. Okay, yep, close. Oh, not again. Cargo management. Oh, don't tell me I've got to do all this again. Let me go back to fabrication. Sorry guys, I know this is a bit annoying that I'm having to do this again. But all in the name of experience. We do it once, we learn. Cargo management, quickly auto rearrange. That's that, and let's head out. Wow.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe I think I should have carried a bit less.
Remember to rest safely.
Looks like another journey ahead of us, guys. So that's the end of this part. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like, and stay tuned for the next video. Part 3 coming up soon. Thanks everyone.